Martin Jacques is a distinguished academic and the author of When China Rules the World. Martin, welcome. When the historians write this chapter on Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, what will they say?
I think they will remember it as a key moment in the deterioration of the relationship between China and the United States over Taiwan, and opening up a new and very different chapter in what is likely to happen to Taiwan in the long run.
And you see deterioration as inevitable because the two presidents of China and the United States say they're going to meet face-to-face soon. Will this visit make that summit easier, harder, impossible?
Harder, hopefully not impossible. But I just don't, if you look at what's happening, not just over Taiwan, but in more generally the relationship between the US and China. And the situation is that basically the understandings that underpinned the relationship from 1972 to 2016 have all, in some degree or other, been kicked away. So we're now sort of, in a situation where things are A, unpredictable, and B, not really controllable. And that is a dangerous situation, dangerous for that relationship and dangerous for the world. And I'm pessimistic, actually. I think we've entered a world of an age of disorder within the United States and more general in the relationship between the United States and China and America's own position within the world. So I think that it's going to be very difficult. And I think also, by the way, the Americans Pelosi certainly, but she's not bothered about it, is she? The Americans have underestimated how negative this event will be, not just for the relationship, but for the United States. They've really opened up a can of worms here, and they think, as they did in relationship to Russia, they think they know how to deal with it. Actually, they don't know how to deal with it because the situation now in the United States is one where American administration does not really control events like it used to, but no longer does.
You characterize your analysis as pessimistic. An optimist might say, look, there's been this huge diplomatic fuss over the last few days, and then it all blows over. I mean, isn't that the real story here, that these two countries' interdependence is total, isn't it? Coexistence is the only realpolitik.
I don't really agree with that. I mean, I think that the two countries are and have long been interdependent, but that is not the totality of the relationship, and we've seen this independence being chopped away over the last period. What's happened since Trump, and that process is continuing, and the relationship is not improving, it's getting worse.
Martin, it's good to talk to you. Thanks ever so much for coming on the programme. That's Martin Jacques, the author of When China Rules the World.